Cancer, that's your brain and your heart screaming for freedom. But I need you to listen to a different female voice this month. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are in your reading. So let's get into why I'm going to say it's going to be a great month if you could untangle any insecurities, fears, and anxieties, and most importantly, believe in yourself. I know you're really tired, but you could kick it this month to new levels. Most importantly, in that inner conversation for yourself, okay? That will lay out your plans for the future and how you could get yourself out of this kind of tough spot right now, okay? Because it's still working its way through to the next month or so. You're really going to start to see some progress, okay? Let's get into why I'm saying that. In that first placement is a Three of Swords. So that's kind of the significator, the general gist of the whole reading. And it's you in a celebratory state for your thoughts. But up to this point, you've been fighting for your own identity, fighting for your value, your character, your ethics, your integrity, what is just plain right and wrong, okay? And some of you have been dealing with legal issues as well. So do not give up on that if they have not come to a conclusion. I know you're really tired, but I need you, most importantly, to believe in yourself. And I'll tell you something else here, Cancer. In that seventh placement, in another identifier in that of self, right, is a Nine of Cups. It's the wish card in tarot. It's the only card that means that in the whole 78 deck. So you want that wish for you to be you. You want that wish of freedom, to have your own identity, to live the life that you want to, right? You've paid a big price to get here, and the reward is coming. I need you to keep your faith and belief on that kind of little stardust, right? And what's blocking that kind of energy from manifesting and moving on in that second placement is the Four of Swords. So the firm foundation in our thoughts. But again, up to this point, we're really tired, and you might not know exactly where that next footing is, okay, to go, all right? But that's part of that self-care, self-reflection, that untangling, that distressing, detoxing, you know what I mean, from all the past hard stuff. And it gets a chance to now, that's when Cancer works its magic in its brain and its heart, right? When it's in conjunction, it's working in balance. So give yourself some slack, give yourself some rest, because you're really tired. That's what that third placement says. And that Ten of Wands, where we've stayed too long in one creative area, and that can be anything from lovers, family, to work, okay? Whatever that, again, next chapter, it's been coming, unwinding the whole book for a long time. And that third placement is God's answer on how to navigate the month. So it's just another validation for me to say, take it easy on yourself, speak softly to yourself, to your heart, to your spirit, believe in yourself, okay? And here we come, why I was saying about the legalities or any kind of business or contracts that are so favorable for you. That fourth placement is the gut feeling. So if you're still dealing with any of those kind of areas, this guy is your savior. Trust yourself. Trust that you don't have to be a hard ass to get your way, okay? Again, if you have lawyers, let them take that kind of stress on, but do what's right for your heart and your head, because that's what the king represents, and he'll always come out at the end in the good way, okay? And he's also truth. So trust this, okay? Because it's another validation from God in the universe. He's got your back. I know you're really tired and want to maybe give up the fight in those areas, but I just can't let that happen right now, okay? And the fifth placement is probably another indicator why you're so beat, is the past reflection of the fifth placement is the Page of Swords. So the page is thoughts on thoughts, you know, but he's there to get out the rubble of the past, like all that kind of debris that's still lingering around. So it's great that he's in a past reflection. So we're kind of leaving that, again, that area of clean out, and it's an exhausting process, and you know that something new is coming, and you're not sure where the next step is, and that always makes everybody uneasy, right? But that's kind of the joy if we could find the adventure in it, right? Okay, in that sixth placement, I think this is why you're also having a hard time, is the present. The Queen of Swords is not the gal I want you to listen to in this reading. She's again great for business, contracts, legalities, but when we're aiming, most of the time I see her appear when we're aiming that sword at our heart and our head, and we're pouring out emotion, and that is so not the gig of a Cancer. So if you're feeling like you need to be a tough ass or put emotional distance to stuff, that's just not your way, okay? And we're going to see more validation that that's not the way at all. So just be you. That's part of the whole reason why you fought so hard to be who you are right now, so you can be you, okay? And then, like I said, in that seventh card placement is the wish card, so believe in it. And again, you don't get to the wish card, or kind of even to the Three of Swords, or even to the Queens, or even this gal in the High Priestess, how other people view you. She's the spiritual leader in the areas of the spiritual art. So people look at you as that haven't taken on that tough fight in a really good ethical way. Again, fight for character. Who you are is identity, and God recognizes it in that wish card. You don't get to that card unless you've been a good egg throughout the process. Sorry, Cancer. So just pat yourself on the back. You really deserve it. And again, I know it's hard because you're tired, but during that self-healing, talk to yourself really well. Like, look at the things that you have accomplished. Look at the things that you have overcome. What has built that identity and character? Because that's the high priestess. Other people see you like that. So let's groove into her vibe, right? And 9 is hopes and fears. And this is an interesting one. We got the 6 of Cups. Again, a celebratory state of the heart, right? But all our cups are there, but we're nostalgia for a past. And maybe for a past that was more free, when you had more choices or more ability to do what you wanted to do. But that's all coming into play. Remember, it's hopes and fears. So don't fear that it's given up on you, right? God's saying, no, if that's part of your wish, design it, manifest it, my Cancer friends. You guys are mystical, magical, spiritual beings. You live in that land, so you could take whatever kind of material reality, throw it into the spirit, and God's going to say, oh, look, this is what my Cancer friends want, okay? And the 10 is here, another indicator of who you are, the outcome card, the Queen of Pentacles. She's a queen of home, relationship, community, food, wine, work. She's all about money, too. She's got that domain. And she's benevolent, she's generous, she's compassionate, she's giving. She's just wonderful. So combined with, again, in this bonus card over here, another queen, the 2 gals I want you to listen to out of this reading is the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Heart. That's kind of you in the exalted state, Cancer, right? As a water sign. See, she's got their feet in the water. She's ethereal. She, again, that mystical, spiritual being that becomes the exalted state of our heart. So combine these 2 gals. They'll lead you to those next directions. They're going to take good care, and they're really, most importantly, they're so proud of the person that you've become because of the trials and tribulations. You stood up to them, you took them, you handled them in like a warrior state, and here comes the reward, Cancer. Okay, lift up your head, look for that bright light, because God's leading your way. Have a great month. Oh, and if you're so inclined to like or subscribe, that would be awesome too. Have a good month, Cancer babies.